Jess, and today I have 5 moves for you to help you open up your hips and have them feel nice and free. For our little mini session here, it would be helpful if you had a block or a blanket. You can use any at-home blanket or a few pillows. You want about this height, so about 3 to 4 inches of depth. And you can take that prop off to the side. You won't need it till the end. We're going to start lying down. So lying on your stomach. You can place your palms at the top of your space and let your forehead rest down. You're going to open your left leg off to the left. So the left leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. The left knee is in line with the hip, and the leg is descending. As you're here, you can rest your forehead upon your palms. That's one option. You can take your gaze to one side. And you can move your arms any way that's comfortable. Maybe one hand overhead, maybe hands next to you. Maybe they're outstretched. So finding some shape, some variation for the arms that feels easeful. And then extend the left leg back. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Right knee bends to a 90-degree angle. Then again, you find the position for the upper body that feels good. Maybe a twist here of the gaze, or maybe staying in neutral. And this pose, as well as all the poses I'm offering here today, could be done in the yin method, meaning you could hold them for 3 to 5 minutes. So you could always set a timer and then do one of these poses for that period of time. Extend the right leg back, so you're coming back through center here. You can plant your hands by your low ribs. And we'll come up for our next posture into a yogic squat. And this may be one option where you may want to use a pillow or a block. So you can have your feet wide. You want your heels to be on the ground. And for some people, being up here is where they're at. For others, it's really easy to drop down. If dropping down is easy, I want you to pull in a little. So think of the heels squeezing together and the hips lifting. And for those that are more mobile, a block can be really helpful to keep you upright. So just being in this shape is a good option. I like to add in a little bit for the chest and for the shoulders. So hands can come to a prayer. And then drop your right shoulder to the inside of the right leg. Plant the right palm. So right arm is still pushing right leg wide, giving an assist. And left arm stretches up to the sky. You could stay here. You could circle the wrist. You could even go for a half bind. Hands can come back through center, other way. Left hand plants. Left arm pushes against left thigh. Right arm lifts up. If it feels good for the neck, you can look at that top hand. Again, you can move it around. Take a half bind. Come back through center. You can also do this as a flow. So right hand down, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale, left arm down, right arm up. So maybe a little bit of this back and forth, moving with your breath. Let's do one more each way. Nice. Once you're even, let your hands release to heart center. And then to the ground. If you had support, move it again off to the side, out of your way. Start to toe heel the feet wide. Maybe about 3 feet. Heels go out and toes turn in. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine long, and then on your exhale, bow and fold. Here again, you have options. Hands could be in line with the feet. Could be nice to give your neck a little traction, interlacing the fingers at the base of the skull, pulling the head down. Could hold opposite elbows. Really any variation that sounds good for you, go for that. You can take a little bend in the knees too if the hamstrings are feeling tight. A bigger bend in the knees will feel better. Just take a few more moments here to hang. And as you're ready to come out, plant your hands in front of you. We're going to turn to the right. So you're going to take your right foot wide to the edge of your mat, and you can release your left knee down, coming into a lizard lunge. Left toes can point back. You could stay here or inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, crawl the hands further forward. Again, a prop may be helpful. You could bend the elbows and rest them on some support. If you do choose to go down in any way with the arms, just make sure both arms are doing the same thing. This is another one that's really good to hold for some time. It can be quite intense. So see if you can lengthen your breath. Think about inhaling nice and long. Exhaling nice and long. You can come back through that yogic squat again. So left toes can tuck, left foot can step up, and then you can take the right leg back. Right knee can plant down, right toes on top. Starting with the hands in line with the front foot, sink the hips. Inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale, maybe you go deeper. Arms could extend, elbows could bend. Maybe they find the floor or some support. Your chest is continuing to reach forward and your hips are sinking. Think a few more moments here in this stretch. And then walk your hands back in line with your front foot. Take your left leg around, and this is again where you're gonna want some support. Maybe it's a block, maybe it's a blanket, maybe pillows. And then you're gonna take your feet onto the block and slowly lie down on your back with control. Once you arrive there, you can bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees splay wide. And you might test out something like a block or a book, then decide that feels a little hard. You could put a blanket over the block, you could replace it with a block. Turn your palms up to the sky, let your shoulders settle, and we'll take a few breaths here, almost like you would in Shavasana, just letting yourself be still. As you're ready to move, bring some movement into fingers. Take your hands to the outsides of your thighs, draw the knees together. You can take your feet off of the support, reach your right arm overhead, roll to the right, come up to a seat, and you're done. Thank you.